A lot has led to this moment. I have been fortunate to have traveled many times in my life, but I have never done it alone or without my parents. So much was going over my head. Excitement, anxiety, and most of all, possibility. You may be asking though, what was this trip for? It was not because I wanted to walk the streets of La La Land, work out at the legendary Muscle Beach, or to go see a movie, even though you know I took advantage of all of that. It's because of the book that I could have never known would change the entire direction of my life, The Third Door. I already made a video about this book, but to summarize, I never read books much as a kid, so when I was recommending this book from my brother and cousin, I scoffed at the idea of reading it and only relented because it was lockdown and I had nothing better to do. This book unlocked a possibility in my head that I don't need to wait for my turn in life and I could instead take action on my filmmaking dream. Alex Midnight's journey was so inspiring, and when I heard he was pulling together a meetup event in Los Angeles, I knew I had to go no matter what it took to get there. So much so that 2 days before my flight, I waited 7 hours to get an emergency passport printed on the spot. I had to go, if only just to tell Alex how much this book has impacted me as a person. The thing is, I have never traveled alone before.
I am incredibly nervous. It's actually my first time ever flying alone. And
what journey I was about to embark on was very unknown to me, which sort of scared me. And a lot happened, like waiting 2.5 hours to clear TSA and customs, flying a 5-hour flight where I had to keep myself busy, and then figuring out the maze that is LAX. But when I eventually got on a lift, all my doubts evaporated in the most unbelievable way.
guys, I'm literally not making this up. I got on this lift and someone who's also attending the same event is coming. What's your name?
Sierra. We've been having like the greatest conversation between the airport and like our destination right now. So it's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a good weekend.
After that, I just had this feeling this weekend was gonna be special and unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And the feelings continued when I arrived at the Airbnb.
I need to show you guys the Airbnb I stay in. This is absolutely insane, guys. Like, look at this.
I was basically invited to stay here, and despite not knowing anyone, I took a chance thinking it would be a great way to save some money and of course meet some cool people along the way.
And right over here is the bed. I needed this, guys. Oh man.
As soon as I started talking with others in the house, I felt an energy I have not felt in so long.
And we're in the living room, guys, but I'm not alone. Meet some of my housemates over here.
Hey.
What's your name?
Parker.
Bentley. You guys excited for this trip?
Let's do this. This is gonna be insane.
Like, I'm already meeting like so many cool people who like are like-minded and like love this book like just like me, and like it's like the best. Like life's great.
It reminded me a lot of what Elliot Bisno said when he held his first ever summit event. When people in the room started interacting with each other, that's when the awkwardness of meeting strangers went away and the real magic began. We did not even leave the Airbnb the first day here. We just had so much fun talking about our missions and how we all read this wonderful book. I met someone like Bentley, someone who had such inspiring energy towards life.
Yeah, like you heard of doTERRA? Got him. Young Living? Got him.
And then I met a YouTuber named Ozzy.
Dude, I just met this guy, Ozzy, and look at him. Let's pull up the camera.
Alright, we're gonna double vlog. I'm vlogging into
Look at
his
this.
vlog.
This is insane.
Wait, hold up. Is this a vlog?
By the end of the day, I was already feeling so inspired, and the event did not even start.
But it has been an incredible day. It's just the first day. Meeting everybody here is so good, and I need to go to bed. I'm running off 3 hours of sleep. Peace.
We left bright and early, and the excitement heading to Venice Beach was insane. But as we got in line for the event itself, I was blown away by the amount of people present who we all had something in common with. I made my name tag, got inside the venue, and the energy was already blowing me away.
We're here. We're about to have the convention here. Live on Kehm.
And as the event started, the man himself came out.
I told my mom, like 10 people come, we really want to go to the pier.
Now, I did not capture much of what Alex said out of respect for his documentary crew, but hearing him speak and then connecting with so many people is what made the event for me.
You won't believe me, I met these two in Toronto earlier. Guys, isn't it crazy like a book brought us together?
Yeah, we literally met in Toronto in February.
It's
And now we're in LA
absolutely
together.
We even went on lunches with people we barely met, which just allowed us to get to know some truly down-to-earth people.
Just had a great time. Met a bunch of great people. It is the book, but it is the community that came out of the book.
One huge surprise was this. Later in the day, we got to a grocery store in Venice Beach with 100 of us, and Alex brought us on to do this.
Anybody have any idea why we're here? What we're doing for the next 2 hours is something I've never done before. The next activity is called the Giving Safari. What we're going to do is we're going to spend the next 2 hours making this city as happy as possible. 2 hours to distribute it across Venice Beach and try to make as many people's day as possible.
The plan is to make the city the happiest possible today with our team.
Yeah,
let's go.
It's beautiful.
I'm so excited to help out like people and stuff and like break the discomfort of approaching strangers.
Currently 120 people are just flooding this Spartan final, and the employees are probably going, what is going on?
The spontaneity of buying goods was crazy, and it allowed us to work together in various ways. But this was a part of the day that made me reflect that I take too many things for granted. Like only a few blocks down, I was in the most commercial part of Venice Beach, and now I was in streets with people living in tents. And yet, when we spread the joy, they were just like all of us, human. This made me realize how grateful to be where I am, and I realized I complain about a lot of things, like how much money this trip costed me, and yet it was nothing compared to what I saw. It was by this point where this trip was starting to click for me even more. I was feeling alive exploring LA in ways I could only do so with adventurous people, and I was feeling so seen with the bondage I was creating with others. How much better could this trip get? We had one more day of the event, and I could not wait. I only got 4 hours of sleep the night before because, well, regardless of that, I still went in with the same excitement, and I was still blown away. We were once again in the venue, and Alex suddenly threw us a curveball I did not expect. It's when he talked about the idea of the resurrection of self. Now, this is the part of the video where I need to be vulnerable for all this to make any sense, so here goes nothing. My summer hasn't been the best up to this point because I lost some close friendships of mine. I've always had a hard time making long-lasting friendships, which is why I hold on to the ones I got so deeply. And because I lost these friendships, it really had a negative effect on my self-esteem. I'm only talking about this because this weekend showed me otherwise. I met so many amazing people who think, breathed, and acted the same way as me. It's why when Alex asked us to write a letter, assuming ourselves from a year from now to a present self today, that had such a profound impact on me. It made me realize the future isn't just bright, but the importance of carrying along what this weekend meant to me to my day-to-day life. And when we had lunch, I had time to talk to someone I met at dinner the previous day, and I actually opened up a lot about the letter, and it was actually such a deep and vulnerable conversation. His name was Mike, and we had such a great time bonding and further connecting. Okay, now that we got past that, I need to tell you something that made me explode of hype. What if I told you I gotta do a hit workout with 4 guys from American Ninja Warrior?
And you can find us, we were on America's Got Talent, and then we did France, Georgia, we got a golden buzzer there, we got to do the Ellen show and some NBA halftime shows.
Whoa! Yeah! Let's go! Alex the Nine is a mastermind, and he tapped into my mind of a child that wanted to be on American Ninja Warrior. This is insane.
And we ended the day with an amazing talent show within the entire community. Just watching some incredible people go up beyond their comforts to show their talent was so inspiring. You could just feel the effect it had on others.
Love you, baby. Thank you. Love you guys too.
Thank you for raising your voice and making it feel like I had no choice.
So I read books to escape my own world, each their own masterpiece. But little did I know that my own reality would change, and the book was the master key.
Boom, boom, boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah!
All of the lessons and stories from this incredibly smart guy. And just like that, a new world opened right before my eyes.
Even when we are dealing with our silliest insecurities, I used to have self-esteem issues as a short guy, but now I realize that giants are made up in our minds, so if I keep growing and keep showing up, it's only a matter of time until I tower over my fears and leave them all behind. Crazy to think that yesterday we could see ourselves and hate ourselves, but today we see that better half of ourselves in the mirror.
And our Airbnb group made a trophy for Alex, and we actually got to give it to him.
Boom! I love it. Alex, get up here real quick. We got something for you. Thank you so much for putting this together for us. I know you put a ton of time and energy into it, and you made this happen for all of us. We all pitched together and got you something. It's a trophy in the shape of a door, and it says first annual, because this is first of many, third door meeting. So thank you, Alex, from all of us. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody who came together to make this happen.
I got nothing to say. I just want to say I love all of you. This is just the first time. I can't wait to see you guys next year.
But this weekend has all led to this moment. There was no way in me showing this journey of how much this book meant to me that I did not get to tell the man himself that, and then this happened.
The lighting's not good, but Alex, this it meant so much to me, man. You've changed my life with this book, and I just needed to tell you this in words. And I mean, that's why I made a video. But I made a video about this book last year, and like,
I remember I watched it.
oh my, it made my day. No, you already said you made your day. It really, I was freaking out, honestly. Like, thank you so much. Just all I gotta say. Thanks so much.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you, man. All right, see you on next year, right?
See you next year.
All right.
I cannot believe that a year earlier, when I was only starting to implement what this book taught me, I would actually get to share those words. It was truly incredible. We even had a lot of people show up to our Airbnb to enjoy our last night together. It truly showed how much we love being with each other and how, despite us being strangers to each other 3 days earlier, we created connections that would last a long time. I had to leave the Airbnb that morning, but before I did, I need to say goodbye to the people I truly bonded with.
Just want to say, man, amazing weekend. I'm really
Freaking awesome,
Utah,
dude.
man.
I'm so glad I met you.
You're
the best Canadian I ever did.
This guy like lip balm LLC, he's gonna take off, man. The way he sells it, it's crazy, man. Get that YouTube career started, man.
Thank you. No, I want to put some videos up.
Anytime, message me and I'm here to help you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Zane is the man. He's the only other vlogger in the house. Because you want good vlogs, you have an exciting life. And like vlogging brought us to this event. So whether or not the vlog's good, vlogging brought us an exciting life.
Let's go, man. Let's keep this up, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
I had a few hours of blow in the LA airport and hours to reflect on my flight, and I could not have been more re-energized towards life. I reflected on everything: the sights, the adventures, the deep conversations, the energy, the friendships made, and I felt something I could not believe. Earlier in the weekend, Alex gave us this dinner prompt. What was a time that you cried tears of joy? Everyone in my dinner group, including me, admitted we never did so we just talked about metaphorical tears. But as I reflected upon the weekend, I actually cried physical tears, but not of sadness, but of joy. That is how much this weekend meant to me and how much of a life-changing experience this was. I knew I had to keep this energy and passion towards life going, and it was a beautiful realization. And my friend Ozzy also said something beautiful at the talent show.
I believe that when you start, the day you're born, you start your book. And as you go through life, you go through chapters. Everyone's book ends at some point. Some people get chronic illnesses and their book ends early. Some people get to live to 100 and they have a really long book with many, many pages. And I don't want to have a 2-day chapter with you guys. We get to choose, and every day we get to wake up and we get to choose if we're just writing a book or if we're just writing a page or we're creating a memory. Don't let this be a 2-day chapter. Don't let this be a 2-day chapter.
So to this weekend, to everyone I met, and most of all, Alex Benayan, thank you for everything. My life has had a major impact from this book, and it's insane a book can bring together such incredible people. Because today, I know that no matter what hardships I face, walking the third door of life will always be the best option, and I hope that others can join me on this.